I'm Laura Ingraham. This is the Ingraham Angle from Washington tonight. Thanks for joining us. We have a Fox News alert. An Orlando journalist, while already on the scene of a shooting, is dead tonight after a crazed gunman went on a shooting spree. We're going to have all the details from Orlando for you in just a few moments. But first, no show and tell. That's the focus of tonight's angle. All right, they say that 90% of success in life is just showing up. Well, success is what the B-2 bombers, Biden and Blinken, are hoping for with their recent trips to Ukraine and Eastern Europe. Biden's presence there, when he wasn't tripping upstairs, was meant to bolster and reassure the people of the region. Funding a proxy war against Russia with tens of billions of dollars in U.S. aid, that's one thing. But by actually showing up there, he wanted the world to know that he's making a personal commitment to Ukraine.
Our commitment is to the people of Ukraine and the future of Ukraine. There should be no doubt. Our support for Ukraine will not waver.
America stands with you, and the world stands with you. Kyiv has captured a part of my heart, I must say.
Well, Biden and his entourage showed up in Ukraine and then in Poland because, again, they want everyone to know they're going to do whatever it takes. And they relish the role of being Europe's protector. But what about being America's protector once in a while? Does he care about playing that role? Not so much. Their policies in the Biden administration have made our families poorer and our streets more dangerous. Inflation, we know it's still eating into savings and retirement accounts. And when a crisis happens right here at home that they find kind of politically inconvenient, well, they just don't show up.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
I'm here in Guatemala today. At some point, we are going to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making.
And then when they finally do show up, it's all carefully choreographed and far away from those inconvenient truths.
President Biden did not appear to meet or actually see any migrants there, including as he visited a migrant aid center. So everyone asked the White House why that was. The White House says, well, there were no migrants there at the time. That's your reporting, Rosa, that those migrants were there. The president didn't interact with any of them?
No, he did not.
Well, even the best laid plans do fall apart.
Border Patrol agents confronting their boss in Texas during a visit by Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. He was in the room when Border Patrol Chief Raul Ortiz met with agents who told him morale is at an all-time low.
Heck, their failure to show up and solve the problem at the border, it's so damaging now that illegals are even coming across our northern border. All right, have you seen how cold it is in Montana and the Dakotas tonight? Yeah, they're still coming across. Well, first and foremost, our president, members of his cabinet, are supposed to be there to protect our interests, our borders, our economy. But to be an effective protector, you actually have to really love what you're protecting. And you have to be competent. And yes, you have to show up. Which is why Biden's absence in Ohio does speak volumes. They don't really love the America that tight-knit community of Little East Palestine, Ohio represents. They're working class, they're mostly white, they're more traditional, not a lot of diversity, equity, and inclusion there. Remember, Biden's the same guy who just a week ago accused Americans of still wanting to lynch African Americans. To have a figurehead president whose senior staff loathes at least half the country, my friends, that is an American tragedy. And if he's given a second term, they're going to spend more time worrying about what they can do for the rest of the world and not a lot of time pretending to care about what happens here. So this represents a huge opportunity for Republicans who aren't represented, frankly, in Biden's New World Order at all. It also presents a massive opening for 2024 candidates who choose America over globalism. Of course, Trump, he gets all this better than almost anyone, and he showed up.
We're here today in East Palestine to show our love and support for our fellow Americans and this hour of need. To the people of East Palestine and to the nearby communities in Ohio and Pennsylvania, we have told you loud and clear you are not forgotten. Everybody, enjoy your meal, and we're going to get the meals for the fire department. The people that are in here, they're going to get a nice free meal.
And knowing full well how bad this all looks for Biden, the media's only recourse was to try to ridicule the guy who was actually there to boost morale.
Today, Trump visited the scene of the disaster that he helped create.
I don't know if Donald Trump would have made this trip if it weren't in as friendly Trump territory. I mean, this was the way Trump likes it.
The other thing I want to just point out here that advisors had tried to accomplish and hoped to accomplish was to make Trump look presidential.
Well, it's kind of snarky, right? But it falls flat. It falls flat when people are hurting and scared. Americans aren't blind. They see that Biden, and frankly many Senate Republicans, are happy to give a blank check to Ukraine, even as they drag their feet about a disaster unfolding right here at home. This situation kind of reminds me of that old commercial.
When you care enough to send the very best, go to Hallmark.
Well, 3 weeks after the derailment, they finally sent a cabinet member. Was he the best?
You don't have a message for them?
I do, and I shared it with the press many times today. I'd refer you to those comments.
Would you mind sharing it with us?
No, I'm going to refer you to the comments that I made to the press because right now I'm taking some personal time.
Personal time. Is it still paternity leave? Again, if he's the very best, if he's our Hallmark, then I really pity the people of East Palestine even more. He's going there tomorrow. Now, if Republicans run on addressing America's crises before intervening to address those of other nations, then Biden's dream of a second term may start looking like this. And that's the angle.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.